Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join me. Today we have a beautiful day. It's about 32 33 degrees out here right now, and it is gorgeous. I love it. But we also have a Ford F-350 that has a massive oil leak coming off the front of the motor. Hoss is gonna go check it out. I think I know what it is, but as always, we should always double check, verify what we think, because assuming, you know what that does, it makes a, out of you and me both. So lame joke, dad joke alert. Let's see what we've got here. Let's unlock the door, and let's see, I think this is maybe, it's a 2015 model Ford F-350 with it's got 181,402 miles on the odometer. He's got oil all over the underside. He did stop in here the other day and check it out, kind of a little bit, but I couldn't really see very well and I was in a hurry, so we rescheduled it. We're gonna bring it inside, we're gonna take a look at it and see what we've got. Contact. We've got the truck inside, and I'll bring you guys underneath here so that you can kind of see what we're looking at. As you can tell, there is a lot of oil hanging off the front end here. He noticed actually that when he would stop and fill up with fuel, he had oil dripping on the concrete. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I already checked this thing out somewhat, so I know it's not the front seal. However, if you look at this first glance and you just look here, looks like, here, let me get you over there, looks like, oh, front seal. Okay, we need to pull the front end off, we need to pull that front pulley off. But here's the thing about leaks. Here's the thing about leaks, and what a lot of people miss on leaks, especially oil and antifreeze, or oil and antifreeze leaks both, is you look up through there, you see the oil there. Now go to the point where you see that there's no more oil running down, because even with the fan right here, oil will still run down across the front of the engine. So don't, I see that mistake made a lot by mechanics, where they'll look up from the bottom and be like, oh, it's leaking there, looks like a front seal. Do a front seal, the problem's still there. So if we come up top here, we'll see that this thing has what a lot of 6.7s have. And if you'll look right down in there, right along that gasket right there, we can see that that's wet. And if we come down here, let's see, I hope you guys can see what I'm seeing. I don't know if it'll pull it up, pick it up on camera, but there's a clean oily streak below this vacuum pump here. So what will a lot of times happen is you'll have these bolts come loose for this vacuum pump. This is not hard to repair. We're gonna go ahead and put a new gasket in here. It's not hard to change, and I mean, you could maybe get by with tightening up the bolts, but you're down there anyway. You have to take this fan hub off here, accessory hub. You got to take it off, take the belt off, take the fan off. Not hard at all. Just take that apart, pull that pump off of there, and replace that gasket. The biggest problem is usually the bolts come loose, so I'm sure we'll find probably at least half the bolts are loose on that vacuum pump. So I'm gonna go ahead, get that gasket ordered. I can have it here today. Napa will have it here today. The vacuum pump still works, so I don't think we need to spend on a vacuum pump. We'll get that gasket changed, and I'll bring you guys along for that, show you how I do that, and we'll be back as soon as that gasket gets here. Well, We still don't have the part. However, we are going to go ahead and get started tearing this thing apart. I did go ahead and remove the intake here, and it, as you can see, it just opens this up completely here. So gonna go ahead and pull this belt off. Then I have to unplug this fan. Then we'll loosen the fan and we'll gently set it back into the radiator there, being careful not to damage anything. As long as you're careful with it, it won't hurt anything. So let's go ahead and we'll get this belt loose, and then we'll as I got interrupted there talking, I got my part. So as I was saying, we're gonna go ahead and get that thing, the belt off, get that fan unplugged so that we can set that thing back up in the radiator shroud here. So to loosen the belt, just take a 1/2-inch drive ratchet, go down in there, push that tensioner down, remove the belt. In order to get the belt off, we do have to unplug this and take this bracket off. So nothing to do it but to get to it. This is usually a fairly easy job to do. This opens up really quick up front here. Oh, come on. You know what? Might be a 3/8. Let's just see here. I think it might be, actually. Turn this to the right position. Okay, there we go. Come on. Pop that off of there. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Oh well, no big deal. We'll leave that there for now. Okay, get this out of our way. Let's unplug this fan here. Come on, please come off. Let's get this out of the way a little more. There we go. Okay, now I think that's 13. Let's get a little swivelly action here so we can maneuver decently here. This is also one of the mounting bolts for our piece we got to take off here, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that bolt out of there, lay it off to the side. Then we can go ahead and get our fan off of here. Okay, now use our chief here, and we probably should have broke this loose. Yep, we definitely should have. Okay, well, let's hook this back up. Well, that thing's not tight, but I think it might be tight enough. It's not on there right, but it might be tight enough to break this loose, hopefully. All right. Brrr. Loud noises. I think it broke it loose. Yep, it did. Okay. Now, we will gently remove this. And like I said, as long as you don't let it drop, it'll be just fine to set it up there in the radiator, which I almost let it drop. So kind of set it right there. All right, now let's pull this off, and we'll just kind of move this off to the side, just like that, since we're not removing any antifreeze. Guess what? It's just going to be off just a little more. Slap myself in the face. Okay, come here. Stay right there, just like that. Okay, now I think there's like 5 bolts maybe. I think there is, and they're all 13 millimeter. One way off to the side. Come on. Okay, that's a problem. Get some impact action. My idler arm is in the way. I can't pull it off. There, so let's pull these bolts out so we can move this thing just like such. And out that comes. Now that that's out of there, we have got full access to our leaking vacuum pump. And I will show you guys here a close-up of where that's at. Bring you guys over here. As you guys can see, right down here, it's leaking right off the bottom there. And I bet what we're going to find, you gotta excuse me, I'm a little fat and I'm leaning on my stomach, so words are hard. Okay, but I think what we're gonna find, yep, look at that, right there. I don't know how many more are loose, but we know that one's loose. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to clean all of that up, because we do not want that crap in our engine. Brake clean, let's get to cleaning. Rebuild this whole thing. More cleaning, lots of cleaning. Look at all that junk. Just all over up there. More cleaning. No! No! Ah! Oh, we got down into the engine. She ought to start now. Hey, running out. We're running out. Oh no! Oh no! More cleaning. Stop. You're full. You can't give up on me now. Can't quit on me now. Hey, stop. Clean off some of that junk underneath there. Lots of brake clean. More cleaning. More rebuilding. Okay. Now, air pressure. Okay. Now, nice and shiny. 8 millimeter. Okay. Now, yeah, that one's very loose. Oh, yeah. It was a little tight. I believe there's either 1 or 2 more on the bottom here. somewhere. Right there, maybe. That was loose. I believe there might be one more. Maybe not. Nope, definitely not. All right. Okay, let's see here. Now, you could possibly get by with not replacing that thing, but we're not going to do that. It's not worth it. Clean our surfaces. Yeah, trying. All right, got interrupted there for a little bit. We're back. Now, let's go ahead and put this new gasket on here. Now that we've cleaned all of our things, and I've got oil running out of the pump there. Let's clean that off. Okay, not that it's gonna hurt anything, but okay, let's see here. There's a certain way for that to go, and it's just like that. Now we bend that around, bend this one around, and bend that one around. That keeps your gasket on, because if you don't, that's going to be a pain in the behind. All right, so all of that's clean down there. Let's get this thing down in here. So you'll have to make sure that this gear lines up, which, as long as we didn't turn anything, it should be fairly close. Come on. I can tell you right now, I turned something. Not a big deal. Come on, please. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put some blue Loctite on these bolts, just because I don't want to have to do this again. So we'll put this one in there, and I'll get my blue Loctite. This is just to hold it for now. Then I'll get my blue Loctite, and we'll get this thing put in. A little dab will do. That was more than a little dab. Get this down here. Oh, sorry, you guys can't even see that down there. Now you can. Get this. All right, let's go ahead and start this. Reverse the rotation on our cordless ratchet. All right, now we'll take this top one out, since it doesn't have any Loctite on it. Put blue on there so we can actually take them apart whenever we go to do this job again. So if we'd do red, we would have to heat it, and there's not a very good way of heating it down there, so we're not going to go to that extreme. A little is good, more is not always better. Okay, now let's do this. Get some lighting there. A little more blue Loctite. This goes in here. And then here. Do some wrist clicks here. That should be good to go. Click. That's torqued properly. Let's get this one torqued properly. One wrist click each. All right, we got one more down below, and normally I don't tighten them all down, but there's very little play in those, so I think I'll be okay. I say that, and I'll probably end up having to loosen every one of them again. Can't find the hole. There we go. All right. Let's get this thing torqued down. Good. About a wrist flick or so. Hook our vacuum back up. Okay. Now that goes there. All right, now it is just reverse order of everything that we did here. And this should take care of it. I'll bring you guys back once I get this all back together. I mean, it's just basically reverse of how we did everything prior. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. I'm not that entertaining. I'll be back shortly. We've got everything buttoned back up. I went through mentally, made sure that I had everything tight. So let's go ahead and start this rig and see if we have any more leaks. Contact. Well, we didn't hear anything rattle. I guess that's good, right? Got a plus here. Let's back this thing up just a little closer to the door back there, but hopefully not through the door. And I've got a pan to catch my brake clean. That caught some of it. I'll have to clean that up. Yeah, I probably didn't catch hardly any of it. Let's go ahead. We'll back this thing out onto the concrete outside. And let's see if our oil leak has been repaired. I feel 100% confident that it did, but always check your work. So, back this thing out of here. We'll let her idle for about 30 minutes or so and then check our work and make sure we didn't do anything that we shouldn't have done. All right, it's been idling out here for a while. So let's get underneath this thing and let's see if we repaired the problem. Now, we're gonna have some residual oil dripping off of here, but what we shouldn't be seeing is any new oil coming from up here. And that looks dry. Up through there looks dry. All right, let's look from the top down. That's all dry. As you guys can see right down there, that's dry. What was once wet is now dry. That's good. All right, we're done with this truck. It is ready to go back to the customer. I believe we've got everything done that we need to be done here. Hope this video was helpful. If it was, feel free to share, like, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you guys a thing and it helps me out a bunch. I sure appreciate you guys. Above all, you guys have yourselves a great day. Thank you very much. Till the next time.